What is up, all you beautiful legends? I hope you guys are having a great week, and welcome to my brand new weekly episodic series. It's going to be called Who, What, When, Why. So it's going to give me a great freedom and range and be able to do a lot of different topics and fandoms, why characters do this, or how they became this, or who is this, or the history of something. It's going to really open my horizon and broaden my horizons as a collector, as a fan, and just overall, more knowledgeable. And hopefully you guys learn something from the series about me, about my channel, about the history of me, or about the history of comics, games, movies, TV, whatever I decide to do. But I do want to make a special little notion that if you're a community member or anybody watching this, feel free to get involved. That's something I would love, but I'm not going to, do a tag challenge or tag anybody or anything. But if you do like the video you see, make sure if you're new here, subscribe, do all those kind of fun things. But if you decide to make a video on what I'm doing, feel free to just tag me in the descriptions, tag me in the title, and I would love to hear from you guys. So if it's a video that you guys relate with, that you would like to do, feel free to do it because I would love to see some community involvement. So this one, we're going to start with, why do I collect comics? And that's the main thing that I kind of do in my YouTube with what I collect, what I do in my free time, a lot of things in my hobby. I'm a fan of a lot of things. I do have a fandom in a lot of things, and I do have a hobby for a lot of things, but we'll touch upon that later. We're specifically thinking and speaking about comics because week in and week out, that is what I spend the majority of, my free money, my fun money, anything I'm not saving, a lot of it goes to comics. And we'll break down this into detail and anything. So if you're fans of the Friday Positivity series, it's going to be like this, and just really being wholesome and really just kind of opening up and just being on a kind of down to earth level with you guys. So for me, I spend anywhere on average from $50 on the low end to sometimes, 100, 150, because not all the times I get my books every week, but sometimes I get them every 2 weeks. So big shout out to ABX Comics and Games, my online LCS. But I pick up foils, I pick up variant covers, I pick up ratios. I'm trying to get it in check, especially with the new DC All-In thing coming on. But yeah, my pull list is a little bit bigger than most. I read a ton of indie books. Marvel's a little bit of my pull list. I have a couple DC, but I'd say 75 to 80% of my pull list is just Image, independent books, all kinds of things like that. And for me, that is where I'm going to start why I collect comics, and it's storytelling. I love the storytelling and getting lost in comics. I love reading through a page, flipping through a page, discovering the action, discovering those characters, and then sometimes you have those jaw-dropping moments on that final page. And for me growing up, I had a lot of imagination, but growing up, you become adults, you lose a lot of that. So I still hold a lot of my imagination and, my, whimsicalness, as you say, still being a kid, whatever you may call it. I live vicariously through comic books and that. And the world building, the characters and everything, that is one of the biggest reasons why I collect comics. I am a huge advocate for reading your comics. I don't really collect comics for, the covers, unless it's like Spawn or Transformers or Ghost Machine, kind of the three main things I'm reading. I don't really go out of my way to cover buy, and if it's a cool cover, cool, I'll put it on my pull, but it's really just about the story to me. So secondly, to back up the story, the next thing that I really enjoy about collecting comics and why I collect comics is the artwork. I love art. That is one thing that's always been really inspiring to me and something I've really been passionate about because I have no artistic value whatsoever. I've tried drawing here and there, and I just can't do it. I'm sure if I sat down and practiced every day, day in and day out, it would be something you can achieve because if you put your mind to anything, I'm a big believer that you can always achieve anything. But other than that, I can't really draw. So I've always thought any artistic value and any artistic kind of, talents are huge. My grandma used to draw little cards that she would pass to my mom because me and my mom used to deliver meals to the elderly when I was like, I think it was like when I was like 6 or 7, like 4 or 5 or something. And she would always draw a card. And I would love to get an image. I wish I had an image right here. I'll check my phone. If I do, I'll flash it right here. But they were phenomenal. They were of like, superheroes and characters from movies and Disney characters. But it was awesome. So I always really that kind of stuck with me. She's no longer with us. She died of lung cancer, unfortunately, when I was like, I think I was like 13 or 14. But anyways, off topic and back to the point. As you know, I do a little community corner, and shout out to anybody that hasn't sent me anything or anything. I would love to send you guys an AOK or anything. I'm not really buying art stuff like that, and but I am in the process of transitioning rooms. So I am starting, anybody that sends me art, I put it in a little frame, and it's just, really special to me. But art in a comic is really what can make or break a story. Like I said, I enjoy a good story, I enjoy reading a good comic, but if the art isn't my style, and again, this whole series, this whole kind of, episode thing, each kind of thing is going to be my own personal opinion and taste. And again, that's the next topic, that one of the reasons I enjoy collecting comics. But getting back to the art, I really enjoy some vibrant art when the art pops off the page. I'm not a fan of, painted styles or anything, but yeah, I am a big fan of just, absorbing that art, letting your eyeballs just sink into that story, seeing those 2-page splash page, all the colors, all the artistic values. I love the black and white sketch covers. I love interacting with artists. I love interacting with, going to cons and talking to the creators. So it's just overall, those are the 2 biggest reasons why collecting comics for me is why, collecting comics is my main hobby. I collected toys, I collect, cards back in the day. I've collected Funkos, I've collected all kinds of things. But like I said, those are the 2 biggest reasons why I collect comics. Now, another reason why I love, comics and collecting so much is there's something for everybody. And you don't really find that too much in many hobbies, that there's something for everybody. Video games, yeah. Cards, playing cards, sure. Sports cards, yeah. But at the end of the day, if I don't like a comic, it might not be something, I don't hate. I always appreciate when it comes to something like that. But it might not be something for me. But at the end of the day, somebody is going to absolutely love and cherish that book. Like, to me, like I said, I might look over it. The art might do anything for me. I might not like it whatsoever, give it a 1 out of 5 on my comic book reviews that I do. But other people might absolutely enjoy that character, and vice versa for them to me. They might not care about Spawn, they might not care about Transformers or Ghost Machine or whatever I'm reading, and that's fine, because we can still talk about it, we can still have opinions about it. But then that leads me into finding new fandoms and finding new love for characters. I've never really been a big Green Lantern fan, and hearing other people in the community, hearing other creators, hearing other people talk about that character really wanted to make me read it more. Now I'm currently reading the current Green Lantern run, and it's been phenomenal. I really enjoyed it. I think Sinestro's a phenomenal character. I need to read more of it, and that's something I need to work on as well. If you don't know, like I said, I started collecting comics seriously right at the end of COVID. I did read and collect comics until I was about, I don't know, 7 or 8, but then there was a big gap of just not even following comics, not even doing anything with them. I was basically just following comics through the movies, through shows and everything. And then even before I got into collecting, I was still following comics through YouTube, Comic Town 101, Comic Book Corner 2.0. A lot of those guys, I followed them for a few years before I even bought my first comic. So that leads me back into what we were saying, which comics are for everybody. There's something for everybody. You might not enjoy reading comics. You might just enjoy collecting covers. You might just enjoy collecting a certain artist. But at the end of the day, if you are into collecting comics, or if you are into collecting something like that, there's something everybody can enjoy, and that's something I really appreciate with this hobby. Lastly, one of the biggest reasons I enjoy collecting comics is I've been in a lot of different communities. Like I said, I was a toy collector, gamer, all kinds of different things in my life, kind of transitioned through hobbies. You like something, you move out of it, you like something, you move out of it. But I'm a big fan of a lot of different things. So I've been in a lot of, different groups, different group chats, different communities, Reddits, whatever you may do. And not saying anything bad about them, because there's always toxicity, there's always negativity, there's always, something anywhere you can go. There's always, you gotta have a good to an evil, whatever you may call it. But being in the comic book community, I have found more friendships, more camaraderie, more people supporting me, more people reaching out to me, more people being there for me than ever before. So that's one of the biggest reasons that I still gravitate towards comics, and that comics always hold a special place in my heart over, gaming and other kind of fandoms that I still do, because of the friends I made. Even if I wasn't reading comics, even if I stopped collecting comics, even if I, whatever, stopped doing YouTube, those friendships are still going to hopefully last, and I can still build upon those friendships. So comics really bring a lot of people together. It gives you something really to talk about. You know, it's a wide range of fandoms. You go into comics, you go into movies, you go into TV, games, whatever. There's a link to somebody, and you can always find that connection. So like I said, just kind of starting it off. These will get better as I go, you know, still just kind of going off the top of my head, but wanted to start it off with why. And again, like I said, you never know. It's going to be either why, who, what, when, and where. We're going to tackle different fandoms, characters, stories. So like I said, if you enjoyed this type of content, make sure you leave a comment down below, because I'm just experimenting with something new. Still trying to figure it out and still trying to see where we go, but this is going to definitely be a weekly thing. So make sure you guys leave a comment on how you feel about it, and I feel pretty good about it as well. So if you like it, make sure, again, reach out to me. You don't even have to message me. Just feel free to tag me in a video if you're going to make a similar type of content. I hope you guys enjoy your week. I'll see you guys this Friday for another Friday Positivity and Shoutouts, and then we're back. I skipped last Sunday with my live stream, but we're back again with another live stream at 6 p.m. So stay legendary, and as always, I hope you guys find what you're looking for. Thank you.